And
and
we're live.
And
okay,
we're live. Okay, there we
right.
go. Yeah, it showed up correctly on my end this time too.
Yay.
Yes, work with the internet we have, not the internet we wish we had.
Mm. So depressing.
Yeah.
They just take all my monies. Wi-Fi and toilet paper and paper towels are the most depressing fucking things in the world. Wi-Fi because data is bullshit.
Right, it is. It is.
And toilet paper because, like, dude, it's just like flushing dollar bills.
Right.
Especially with these kids. They're like, I got one that'll drop a deuce and use half a roll.
Oh boy.
Every fucking time. Never fails. And it's like, dude, seriously, bro.
Right. Well,
on that
note. What day is it, Nita?
It is March 3rd, 2022.
Oh my.
Yes. The time is flying. And Daphne.
Yes.
Yeah, that means like you got 11 days left.
I know. I'm trying not to freak out, but I am anyway.
I want to freak out for you. Okay, hold on, guys. Here's our intro.
Right.
Debatable, but it is awesome.
Right. There's a lot of good shows out. There's a lot of good shows.
There's a lot. Even Daphne wants to just oh my god, where's the fucking card? Oh, there it is.
Oh, there it is. There we go. Oh my goodness. Why is it that the week starts off kind of questionable and then it just goes downhill from there?
It's all downhill from there.
I don't know. And then it's like by the time we hit Friday, it's like we're lucky we're conscious. Is this what having a job is like?
This shit's for the birds. Oh my gosh.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. So, at least it's Thursday. So at least I can say what a week, and at least we're a little, we're almost at the weekend.
Yeah, because when we say that on Tuesday, people are real judgy.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. It's like it's Tuesday. No, it's Thursday.
You mind your fucking business. If the sun's up and my eyes are open, it's day. And if I'm asleep, it's night.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, but oh my goodness. So, I guess
hello, chat.
Oh, yes. Hello, chat. Hello, everybody in the chat.
Beautiful people.
Who's in the chat today?
Mr. Carl Witzman.
Ooh.
Mike Jimmy, Michaela. Let's see. And that is it right now.
Right.
There's a lurker, but they're not making their presence.
Okay. So, yeah, because I have 4 people viewing on my end. So welcome everybody. Good morning to your brunch time hour of whatever this is. My name is Daphne Lage, and I'm a cartoonist, illustrator, and comic book artist from New York. I have been self-publishing comics since 1992, and I am known for the funny animal fantasy Tall Tales and my medieval fantasy soap opera drama Eagle Raven, Heir of the First Unicorn, which, like Nita had said, we're 11 days away for the launch of issue 4 of Eagle Raven, and really, it's like I don't know, every Kickstarter it is, it's like doing one all over, the first one all over again. But in the meantime, you can read both my comics online at Tall Tales, TAILS online.com, and eagleworks.com, EGOWRKS. And if you are joining us from Facebook and Twitter, head on over to YouTube where you can check out all my videos on how I make my comics. on my channel on YouTube at Daphne
In the
Lage.
show notes.
Lager. Yes, all in the show notes. And while you're there too, subscribe to us at Ragin 2 as well. Make all the algorithm gods happy and push all the buttons. Exactly. So Nita, who are you?
My name is Nita Lanning. I am CEO and executive producer of the Ragin 2 Broadcast Network.
There you go. So at least you're getting through your titles without with a straight face. Well, with a straight face.
But it's not, because in my head I'm laughing because I'm hearing Rap God.
Oh no. But I mean, yeah, but unlike and just to clarify something in the show notes, I am not a queen, I am from Queens. I am from Queens, New York. So no yes, she is correct when she says there's no monarchies here. Me, I'm more preferential to dictators than monarchy. So
well then.
So I just wanted to clarify that, Oh my goodness. So Nita, what's going on?
Have you read the show notes before, Daphne, or is this just your first time?
I usually read them.
To put a disclaimer on it.
I usually I most of the time I usually read them right before I come on the show when I'm remembering to put links in the chat. So, and then I'm like, what the heck? But it's a good way to start to at least get my spirits up a bit, because it's always like a Cracker Jack box. You never know what Nita's gonna write at the bottom of the show notes. Speaking of show notes, do we have any housekeeping to clear up before we get something started?
We do have Sunday Funnies returning Sunday, so check this out. Look what I got.
Let
me find it. Check it out.
Okay.
Now on Sunday mornings, longtime independent comics creator Randy Zimmerman brings to you a podcast that talks about the lighter and more whimsical side of comics, the fun side of comics. That's right. Sunday Funnies is back Sunday morning, 9 a.m. on the Raging 2 YouTube channel and on certain Facebook pages. Check it out, won't you? Special guests, great talk, and a lot of fun as we work to put the fun back in funny books. See you there.
Woo-hoo. We have a commercial. Wow, that's it's really nice to see Randy back, and especially talking his passion about those like those types of books, and and just enjoying comics instead of being angry at comics.
Right.
For a change. There's enough people on the internet angry about comics. Although maybe I missed Zimcast last night. I couldn't make it. It's like I was just way too tired. No offense to Randy and all the guests and whatnot, but I was experiencing some severe, sensory overload yesterday. But it's like, so if you got angry Randy, check out Zimcast on Wednesdays.
He surprisingly was not very angry.
Oh, okay.
And I only had to threaten them with HR once.
Oh no, not even. Right.
Nope, that's why we're LLC.
we have an HR department.
Yeah, it stands for High Ragin.
Oh,
that's about
okay.
it.
That's
because as far as that goes, it's like
Uh-huh.
I have an agent and an attorney now, so
right.
Ooh, I'm fancy.
There you go.
Say what you want to say, boy. My ass is covered. And my people's asses are covered.
There you go. Wow. Right. You really are the boss lady here. Look at you. We have an HR department. Oh my God. But yeah, so it's nice to see Randy back on Sundays. It's kind of like getting the band back together. It's just nice seeing everybody finally,
Right.
online where they belong, I guess.
Getting back to that
Yeah.
normalcy.
Hey Marv, I see you in the
Hey
chat.
Marvy.
Yeah. So, wow. So, yeah, it's like so. I guess my usual housekeeping. Check out the links in the chat to 3 of our I guess are we our sponsored campaigns. I guess. So check out Long Shots on
Adopted.
Indiegogo. Yeah, it's like Long Shots on Indiegogo. I think it's officially launching March 7th. Which it makes sense to me because the whole poker theme of the campaign.
Yeah,
so
Monday.
It's lucky 7. So it's lucky number 7. So that should be launching on Monday. We also have the next Oswald Chronicles. Oh my God, my words. The next Oswald Chronicles comic coming soon to Kickstarter. That one should be launching on March 21st, but the launch page is available on the in the chat and in the show notes as well. And of course, as always, my perennial favorite, Eagle Raven, Air the First Unicorn. Take a shot every time. Actually, no, make a pledge every time I say that. There you go. A-Stone, that launches March 14th. So March is going to be a full month for us of campaigns. Hey, Joe. Also,
George. Whoa.
Oh, wow. Okay. The whole crew is here. Everyone's coming. Everyone's trickling in. And also, I guess for housekeeping, we also have tomorrow night at 8 p.m. we have an actual Ragin interview with Willow Schuyler, so that should be interesting. And on Monday, also on Monday the 7th, we will be joining Aria Black on his channel. Again, I don't know, Nita will probably make links to all that if it's not in the show notes right now. So, let's see. I think the Aria Black one is going to be at 3 p.m. Eastern time.
Yes.
So there'll be a link to that as well. It'll be both of us on it. So that should be.
We're gonna travel across the pond, yo.
Oh yeah, really? Go visit the island people. So I think that's all the housekeeping we have right now. So again, chat, show notes, you all know where to look. So what's going on, Nita? What's going on?
Building.
Yeah, no, for real.
Just constant. Life is all about copy right now.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah.
It's just copy, pay something. Copy, pay something.
Oh yeah, no, this morning was all about paying stuff too. This guy named Bill keeps coming over to my house and I
jackass.
Yeah, I know. It's like for some reason he comes to everybody's house. So he's a pest.
It's that stalker shit.
Yeah. But yeah, so I was able to cross off a couple of more things off my list, so I'm happy with that. I'm working on crossing off some more stuff off my list. I mean, that's pretty much how my day goes. I look at my lists and then it's like, okay, who gets crossed off today? So I'm actually excited by today's project.
Oh yeah, what you got?
I get to sketch out werewolves today.
Oh, that one.
Yeah, I get to sketch out werewolves. It's like I've been trying to put together this image that I'm not going to mention who it's for yet, but
yes, she does, but we call it her list.
Right? Yeah. Well, yeah. That's a different list. That's the other list. That's another list. So I'm gonna be working on a nice werewolf piece today, so I'm excited about that, or at least get some sketching done, because I do have to get the layout approved first,
right?
So but I'm looking forward to that.
It's gonna be so exciting.
Yeah. And I'm thinking of being even more masochistic today.
Oh yeah.
So yesterday, for the past 2 days, we've been talking about scheduling, right? And one of the things that I was talking about to help, I guess, like motivate people, it's like when you find yourself lacking motivation. One thing, like one trick that I do is put like schedule a goal in front of me that forces me to push through the procrastination to get something done so that, I can meet this goal. So yesterday we talked about my my training list, right? Mm-hmm. The running.
Yeah.
So New York Roadrunners is opening up their applications for 2 10Ks in June, and I think I'm going to sign up for both of those.
Oh wow! Good morning, Glenn.
Good morning, Glenn. So at least that gives me something to focus on to force me to start my training, because again, it's like motivation follows action, so I have to force the action in order to get the motivation going. So if I sign up for these 2 races in June, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna, it's like I'll be able to start my plan, without.
You said forcing action.
Yeah, forcing
action is not a good way to get someone motivated, gentlemen.
Well, depends on what you're into.
Well, I mean, seriously,
hello, HR.
Oh, that would be me. How's it going, Nita?
So that's what I'm thinking of doing. Actually, you know what? It's like, well, I'm thinking of doing it as long as I can get the applications in. There's still oh, hey Pops.
Morning.
Yeah, so just so you know, Pops, since you're there, just so you know, Pops, it's like I am working on them. So
progress has been made.
Yeah, I'll be crossing this one off the list today. So, so he's right here. So because here they're still restricting a lot of stuff. So, so as long as I can get in, to those 2 races, I should be fine. But you know what? Regardless, though, even if I can't, I should be starting that training on Monday anyway. The schedule strictly starts on Monday, so.
He's real cute.
Yeah, yeah. He's cute for a little mean guy, because that's the thing. He has little. His eyebrows. I think it's the eyebrows that do it. Yeah. But I think so that's kind of what I'm going to do. You see, and that's also the thing too. It's like, be careful of the words that you use. Use words that move you forward. Not little like, oh, I think and maybe and perhaps, it's like those are words that hold you back if you say it enough times. So, but how about you, Nita? So it's like, so you're just doing copy and editing,
copy and editing, and finalizing things and making sure all legal stuff is in order, and now, well, it is now. That part's actually finished.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
Like now, I'm just waiting.
Right. I mean, well, I don't remember who I was listening to the other day, which is probably why I have sensory overload right now. Which probably means that for the rest of the day, I literally have to sit in silence because it's like, yes, they do. Well, that's, it's like, look, verbiage is important.
Yes. So use words like down and bitch.
Right. Yeah. Well, well then. Well, I mean, it took, when Francisco Franco died, I think in 72, 73, they didn't announce his death for 2 weeks. So this is obviously like this is a thing that they do, Oh, well, I think today is a blank stare day. That's what it is. So let's see. So what was I listening to? I was listening to a lot of people that everything's getting all jumbled. That someone had said that the actual like drawing comics and doing the comics was really only 20% of your time. And then like the rest of it is all administration stuff. I mean, that sounds a little, I mean, to tell you the truth, it's like sometimes, I don't know, I guess it depends on the day, because it's like, that's also something that a lot of creative people have a problem with, is the administration stuff that, 62. Oh, good. See, I love it when other people do the math for me. So I don't have to think about it today. Thank you, Pops. Yes, I need 62 people to reach 1,000.
And it's in the show notes.
It's in the show notes. Yes, it is. Yes. But yeah, it's so what do you think about those numbers, Nita? Like 20. Well, but then again, it's like, it's 20% actual the work you want to do and 80% admin.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Like seriously, like more time is invested right now building stuff up behind the scenes and getting everything to come together so that when we do go live, we don't look like
this.
Well, this is okay here though, Daphne. That's the rules. This is the office.
Right, yeah, that's true. That's true. Where this is supposed to be the casual are just like
fuck it.
Yeah, our daily whatever this is vlog. It's like, look, you obviously
I
people
said it in the show notes.
Yeah,
it's us ad-libbing an hour of your day.
Right, exactly, and you either get something out of it, or you don't, and you still enjoy it anyway. So that's all we can ask.
Yes, don't wear pants.
Right, don't. Well, technically, yeah, we wouldn't have to. At your job, you would
what
have
do you mean,
to.
Technically.
Pants and shoes. Oh man, but yeah, a lot of people, so a lot of creatives, it's like they kind of like really resent the whole like, the admin stuff, like they feel like it takes away from the creative stuff that they're doing when really it's a part of it. Like it's literally, what we need to do as
major part of it.
Yeah, as individual creators. I mean, it's not like where a company. I mean, it's like you can say all you want. Oh, there you go. Okay. Or at least they're not on backwards. At least your morning is not starting off like that. Because even though it's like it's like you're an LLC, you're still one person. Mm-hmm. So it's like, it's not like we're a big company where it's like we have one department doing the copy editing and another department doing the advertising and another person who just handles the I guess like running the stream and running the
rap
streams.
God.
Yeah, I know. And look, but sometimes sometimes that's all you can get out if with all the work that you have to do. It's like, but again, it's like I said yesterday, but at least you get it out. You get whatever words you can out on the paper, and then you go do the admin stuff, and then come back.
I've actually been writing a lot on top of this because, like, my being overwhelmed of having to move everything so fast, and it just kind of, it was a talk. There was a little bit of movement, and then all of a sudden, it was just like full speed ahead and. Go.
So really, so you found like your creativity kind of coming back?
Yeah, amidst the chaos, which is where I work best. So.
Well, that's funny. That's funny. So there you go. So now, so your words, you're finding your words. Unlike me, you're finding your words. That's really funny. I mean, how certain things really do like how we work best in certain environments. Yeah, because it's like right now it's like after we get off the show, it's like I'm literally going to like, it's like, okay, I need everything quiet. I'm gonna be like that bear from Droopy. Quiet! You make too much noise. like that for the rest of the day, because I don't know. Yeah, it's just it's so much has been going on that it's like there just comes a point where my brain was like, okay, we're gonna have to cut some things off here. So, I mean, do you have those like those feelings of sensory overload?
I have autism. Yeah, I have sensory overload. My socks were bothering me a minute ago. I had to take them off. I had a necklace trying to strangle me earlier.
Wow.
So I had to loosen it. Yeah. Sound gets to be too much, or the thoughts in my head become so overwhelming that I either need to blast it out with music or shut down.
Right. Wow. Yeah. The shutting down was something I used to do a lot. Although I would call it the decision paralysis.
Yeah.
I mean, but really that's what's happening. I just like, oh,
it's too much.
Reboot. Yeah. Reboot. So the guys, see, all right. So C had his show the other day, and they were talking about the birth of ideas, or like where ideas come from. And it was kind of something that I was saying yesterday reminded me of this. And it's like, oh, there's so many different topics that we can like thread off from. But the idea also that the myth of the original idea.
That you mean like original sin?
Well, it's like that it's like that's also something that I see people like holding on to, like they don't like they. And when was
the last time you actually heard an original idea?
Right. I mean, that's the thing. Like there's all these like basic concepts that like from the dawn of time, and then everything stems from that.
Right.
And there are people who
morning Ted.
That there are people who like they never do the work because they think that their ideas are so but somebody will steal it.
Oh Lord.
And we've seen a lot of people do that. That's the reason why I have this great idea, but I don't want to tell anybody because they'll steal it. That's kind of how I feel about it. And it's like, it reminded me of this moment back at SVA where, was it at SVA? I think it was after. I don't remember. But this was when I was really like working on the idea of Eagle Raven as a comic. And I was having all these like ideas coming together and whatnot. But, it's like, it's kind of like, I was kind of fiddling with it and noodling and not really do anything with it. And then it's like, I don't remember where I was. I think it was in like either a Forbidden Planet or like a Barnes and Noble or something. And Mercedes, I think it was Mercedes Lackey. Was it Mercedes Lackey? Who did Pern? Chat. Who did the Pern novels? Well, whoever that woman was. I don't think it was Mercedes Lackey. It's another one. I forgot the woman who did the Pern novels.
Anne
McCaffrey. Anne McCaffrey.
Yeah, okay, there you go.
Anne McCaffrey.
Yes.
And she had come out with a book that, like, I zeroed in on it because of the painting on the cover. The name of the book was called Acorna, and it was about a space unicorn girl. And I almost passed out in the in where I was standing, because it's like, here I was thinking my idea was so original, and maybe on a certain level, it wasn't. I knew in a sense that it wasn't. But seeing that book, now mind you, conceptually we have two completely different things. We just did both. The only thing similar to our two ideas, but we both had unicorn girls. And you go on DeviantArt and me and 3,000 other people are doing Unicorn Girls, okay? But that moment told me whatever it is I did, I had to get it out.
Right.
You know, because it's like, because, okay, that idea, like the superficial idea is maybe not original, but how I do it is. So here, Anne McCaffrey was doing her own version of that concept. And it's like, okay, I can't, this is, I have to get this out somehow. I have to hammer this story and get it out. You know, where a lot of people would probably do the opposite. That's like, oh, someone else had that idea, so I maybe I should rethink this. And it's like, no, it's the opposite. That's how you know you need to get it out into the world, because it's like you're not the only one. You know, so the idea of not creating because you think you're too original or not original enough is a farce. You know, it's a fallacy. You know, that we shouldn't hold on. You know, we shouldn't hide our creativity because of either of those things, because they're both fake results. They're both fake, I guess, like ideas. Something's too original, not original enough. It doesn't matter. You go on Kickstarter, right? I mean, we see the trends, right?
Yes,
we see the trends. I mean, here I am starting off talking about, oh, there's a werewolf picture I'm going to do. It's like, oh, werewolves are so passé. Who cares? I don't care. I enjoy werewolves.
So
I enjoy unicorns. Unicorns had their moment. You know, it's like had their moment a couple of years ago. You know, everything was a fucking unicorn, right?
Right.
And it's like, okay, that I'm just one of many, but I'm still going to. Oh, uh-oh, we're gonna get copyright struck.
Oh yes, absolutely.
Of course. You know, it's like smashing keys into Google. You know, no matter what you smash, you are going to find a webpage about it. So yeah, you go, right. So it's like, so I don't care if werewolves are in or out or whatever. You know, it's like, they're trendy. They're trendy. Well, we have an HR department now, so we should let them run their paces. You know? So you know, it's like, it doesn't matter to me what's on trend. I like this trend. I like drawing werewolves. I like drawing unicorns. I like those stories. So it doesn't matter if there's 1 or 30 of them. You know? So it's like, it's kind of like, you know, it's kind of like saying superheroes are passé. You know, but
you know what? I get so mad because somebody was bringing up werewolves last year. They're like, "Oh, everybody's got a werewolf comic." Yeah, but this one shit, this one shit, this one shit, this one shit, this one shit. Oh, gold mine. Right. Shit. Okay. So out of the 50 of them that were out there, 3 were worth of shit.
Right. You know, so it's like, yeah, so it just goes to show you that it's like, and mind you, to somebody else, maybe 10 of them might be that's really good.
People lack taste, but
you know, you know. You know, I mean, but that's, you know, but you see, but that's the thing though, because it's like, yeah, never play to the gallery. Like, I'm not, like, I don't tell the stories that I do because an audience is demanding it. Mm-mm. I tell the stories that I want because those are the stories I want. If there happens to be, I know there's an audience out there for it. I'm slowly gaining them with each Kickstarter, but there's, you know, they're out there, but in the end, I'm not writing the story for them. I'm writing, you know, it makes me happy if they enjoy it, but I'm writing for myself. You know, I'm creating these books for myself. I'm creating this art for myself. And in terms of the werewolf picture, I'm like, hell yeah, I'm there. You know, werewolves, you're giving me a reason to draw werewolves, I'm there. You know, it's like, I don't care if it's trendy. You know, like vampires were trendy. You know, it's like, you know, like how many, you know, like how many, you know, ninja cheerleader things are on Kickstarter right now.
Tons.
Like any, you know, it's like anything with the word Cthulhu in
and
it.
you should totally go check out Max's Ninja Bimbo.
Oh my goodness, really? There we go. Okay, it's like, look.
He was on there with Randy Zimmerman last night.
Oops,
Totally.
okay.
Oh, no. Max laughs at himself too.
Right, oh, okay,
yeah.
All right.
Brilliant, it's beautiful. There's tits and ass and everything in between.
There we go, plug. You know, but the thing is, though, it's like, but there you go. So there's another trend, right? Ninjas and cheerleaders and Cthulhu and exploding Zambonis and you know, it's like it's just. But we're still the idea is it's not the fact that there's 30 people making these things. It's the fact that each one of them is going to be different, regardless of what the trend is.
Ninja Bimbos versus zombies from deep space.
Wow, it's like he did a checklist on that title. It's like Cthulhu is missing. But look, I just it's like I'm not doing a judgment call on the book, you know.
No, we love Max.
Yeah.
Go back
you know, yeah. So yeah, you know. So that's the thing. So that's also a thing too. Don't be the whole thing about you're not special. You know, your ideas are not precious. You know, just get it out because you know, it's like, look, you're going to walk into a bookstore anywhere and somebody else is going to be in there already with your idea. You know, so don't worry about them. You know, so just get that idea that you have out, because Anne McCaffrey has her own version of that. You know, I'm not Anne McCaffrey, so I'm doing the Daphne Lage version of that. You know, and it's like I'm going to be doing the Daphne Lage version of werewolves or whatnot. You know, the whole thing. So, yeah, so that was kind of like my thought, that because this is how my thoughts go when I'm listening to too many interviews. You know, so here we are at a half hour already. Not bad for a babbling mess. So yeah, so why don't we show some love on the half hour mark, and maybe I'll continue this thought.
All right, I'm trying, Daphne.
Oh no!
Oh my god!
Oh
okay,
no!
Here we go. Oh my gosh! Boom!
It's Monty Moore. I'm a 30-year comics veteran in comics, games, and movies, and you've been watching one of my absolute favorite podcasts, Catch the Craze.
You are watching Catch the Craze.
What am I listening to?
And you're listening to Catch the Craze.
Where are all the indies at?
A Catch the Craze podcast.
What are you watching?
I'm watching Catch the Craze.
What are you going to do?
Subscribe now to Catch the Craze, the #1 show online for independent.
Have you subscribed to?
You are an independent. Catch the Craze! Making moves on your own. Catch the Craze! On your grind in the streets. Catch the Craze! Join the movement. Catch the Craze!
There we go. So yes, and good morning to Sam and George. I try, you know, it's like I commented, I stepped in into their chat this morning, because like, even though a lot of us are broadcasting at the same time,
right,
I at least want to hop in and show everybody love as much as I can. So you're not forgotten. we just all broadcast at the same time. You know. Oh yeah, I know, right? I mean, yeah. Well, he's eating right now, so he has better things to do right now than to. Oh, you see? Okay, there you go. There he goes. You know, but so that was one thing that popped up. And also the thing is too is that it's like, yeah, there are certain trends that do better than others as well. And I think the other thing that as a community that we really have to be careful with is kind of, just like we were talking about how we have people hating on us no matter what we do, whether we do the work or don't do the work, there's always, somebody hating on you for it. Right. And I think it's we also have to be very careful that we're not projecting that energy out either. Oh, look at me being all new agey, projecting that energy out.
I've got some crystals and some incense.
Yeah, I know, really, yeah. But no, I'm serious though. I'm serious about that because it's like, it's very easy to look at, especially the closer we get to our Kickstarter season starting, and like this month alone, we're going to have 3 campaigns to promote. And just looking at the landscape and who we think we're in competition with, a lot of air quotes today. And I think it's important for us to realize that no matter what we do, it's a grind.
Right.
We're going to have easy times. We're going to have frustrating times. And we have to be aware that we're not taking it out on other people just because they're more successful than we are. I mean, it's like, yeah, are there certain trends that do better than whatever I'm into right now? Yes. There seems to be certain things. But at the same time, it's like I have to be careful to not be a hater towards that, because it's like, okay, it's like, yeah, exactly. It's like, because it doesn't do me any good to wonder why, Brian Pulido, why is he raising, 30 grand, 40 grand, 50 grand, on one comic with 57 variants. It's like, it doesn't do me any good to obsess on that. It's like, are we gonna need an intervention for Stone? Because every time he comes on here,
with cocaine and his wiener,
right?
What
Yeah, it's like, dude.
There are 3 things
dude,
that
it's
matter.
Like you do not. What is it? It's like, you do not use your stash. That's right?
Education, hard drugs. Try them.
You do not. So yeah, so we have to, yeah, so it's like, so just because other people are being successful, or as what we think is successful,
right,
on these campaigns, that has nothing to do with us. And we have to remember that. We have to concentrate on our work in front of us. It's like, okay, whatever Brian Pulido is doing, you see, and this is, and we have to be careful with survivorship bias. Okay?
I feel like that should be a song. What would Brian Pulido do?
Right, what would Brian Pulido do? Right, exactly. And what's funny? For a while, that maybe was the question. What would Brian Pulido do? He'd put out 37 variant covers. That's what he would do. But, we have to be careful to not look at people like Brian Pulido, like Todd McFarlane, and say, what are they doing that I'm not doing? And it's like, well, for one, they've been grinding. Well, they've been grinding for the past 30 years on a level that it's like, look, that we're never going to touch, even at our base. Okay, it's like, did you work at Marvel? Did you work on like the #1 selling comic, in the 90s?
You worked at Marvel when Marvel mattered.
Right. It's like, did you do that? Then you're going to have a hard time now if you didn't do that. So there's no point in making that comparison. I mean, it's like with Brian Pulido, it's like, it's like Brian Pulido has been a staple. We've been crossing paths, me and JD, with Brian Pulido at conventions since way back when. So we've seen his trajectory. We've seen it when he lost his characters. We saw it when, he got them. Well, he got Lady Death back. And it's like, and we saw him grind at conventions. So it's like, I'm not going to take away anything from him.
Oh no, the man's a hustler and a showman.
Right. It's like, it's like the same thing. It's like, it's like I ate a lot of shit when I watched Jim Balent at his table. It's like, look, I'm not a fan of the man's art. Well, I'm not a fan of his content of what he, but in the end, that's irrelevant. I mean, to stand at his table and see what he was doing to sell his book, this guy was not passively sitting by and going, oh yeah, it's like, just pick whichever you want and just leave the money right there. He was not doing that. He was not doing that at all. Mm-mm. So again, it's like, I can't look at him and go, oh, what does, that only sells because of that. I mean, it's like, there was this one New York Comic Con. This was back when, how everyone's angry at cosplayers now. So at this point, a lot of people a lot of dealers were blaming bikini girls. Like the bikini models that would come to comic book conventions, and sell photos of themselves. So they were saying, oh, it's because of them. It's because of the models that we're not making money. And then it switched over to cosplayers, And there was one New York Comic Con that I sat next to one. I sat next to a bikini model. And she maybe had like one picture of her in a Wonder Woman costume to kind of justify being at a comic book convention.
For sure.
And it's like, yeah, and it's like, oh, great. It's like, I'm never going to make any money. I'm sitting, next to this woman. And, but no, that was a show I ate a lot of shit at. Because I was next to this woman, and this woman was hustling the entire time. Oh, yeah. I mean, I was exhausted for her at the end of the show. I mean, everything she could to get attention, for people to come to her table. She was even selling like the plastic top loaders for posters, and she was calling out everybody who was like carrying posters. It's like, I mean, it was just like, and then it's like to have to deal on top of the guys who would just come to the tables and be barnacles. Those guys, right? Mm-hmm. Table barnacles. And it's like that they think that for somehow, if they talk to her long enough, she'll go on a date with them or something.
Right.
And it just got to a point where she was like, really being polite with these guys and whatnot. And I just wanted to reach over and go, just buy a fucking photo and go. Stop wasting her time. It's like, I was just like, I was team bikini girl at that point, So after that weekend, it's like, no, I can't, this is something different going on. And I can't project my bullshit onto her because I think she's representing an easier path. Wow. When that weekend I saw that easy was the last thing she was doing, that there was nothing easy
the
about
professional
what she was doing.
cosplayers, the professional ones, not just every little girl who bought a Sailor Moon outfit.
Right, yeah.
But they are some fucking hustlers.
Right, yeah, exactly. So it's like, so I can't compare what's happening to me with what's happening to them, because they're hustling just as hard as I am at a show. So when we look at people on Kickstarter, no matter what trends you think, it's like, oh, they're only doing that because it's trendy or this, that, and the other thing or whatever. It's like, in the end, it doesn't matter because it has nothing to do with you. yeah, there are certain back end things. Again, the the administrative stuff that maybe we can work with to try to get our numbers up and whatnot. But in the end, it's like that's the only thing that we can control, and even then we can't control it.
No.
It's like but like in terms of the book that you're doing, you have to focus on that. Focus on the book that you're doing, have faith in the book that you're doing, have faith in the story that you're doing, and you will find your audience. They're out there, but comparing yourself going, oh, but why are they more successful than me? Why are they accomplishing that? It's like, look, you don't know the whole story. And the thing is, okay, ask the question, but again, you don't know the whole story. Right. So, it's kind of like, and then even if you were to ask them, how did you do that? They're not going to tell you the whole story because maybe they don't understand what the whole story is. It's kind of like, there was one show where I was on where, there you go. Right.
Hello, RJ. Good morning.
Yeah. There was one show I was on where someone had asked, mind you, I was the only woman on the panel. So everyone else was guys,
It was bad, huh?
And someone had asked, how do you find the time for your work? And everybody else was talking about, it's like, you have to, dedicate time. This, the usual thing that we were talking about yesterday, right? At the last 2 days. I came out and I said, have a wife.
Who?
That the person, if he wanted to find time for his work, have a wife. And all the guys stared at me. Now, the thing is, though, I was quoting a research paper about this phenomenon, about where I guess it's mostly like, how do a lot of authors, predominantly male authors, why are they so prolific?
Because they're married.
And that's the common denominator. They're not doing laundry. They're not washing dishes. They're not taking care of the kids. They're not, it's like, so it's like all this time, that it's like, it's kind of like, who's the guy, Walden. I forgot the author. But, he's talking about living, like a free life in the middle of the woods and shit like that. And then it turned out that his mother would actually come to the cabin to get his laundry and to bring him food. This guy is waxing romantic about the woods of Walden. Oh, you guys know who I'm talking about. And then, but the backstory is that, but because it was his mom doing all the work for him. So again, you won't get the full story regardless, It's like, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't put aside that hour. It doesn't mean that you shouldn't find that hour to do your work. But there we go. Thoreau. Thank you, Jake. Thank you. Yeah. So, yeah, we're going to need an intervention for Stone.
Yes. Yeah.
So you're never going to get the full story anyway as to why. Well, you see, and he's right, because it's like there is no one answer, for that. It's like I can only tell you, find that hour, get that hour out of your time. There you go. And so yes, you're never going to get the full story. So don't try to look for the full story when you're looking at other people, when you should be looking at your own paper.
Oh my God. This chat.
Well, it's oh, well, bye Marvy.
Bye, Marv.
So we have to make sure that we're not projecting because that negative energy that we spend, griping at why other Kickstarters are so successful, that comes back on us. That really does. Because it's like then we start to feel like bitter and about it. We start to internalize that bitterness. And that's the last thing you want when you're trying to promote your own book. You don't want that bitterness to come through. It's like, oh, I think I'm better and this, that, and the other thing. And it's like, look, it doesn't, it's like maybe you're right. But it doesn't matter right now. That's, it doesn't matter. It's like what you have to focus on is getting your stuff in front of as many eyeballs as possible so that more people want your stuff. So they know you exist. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. So it's like that. Yeah. It's like a whole, I have like a whole, yeah. Like I said, I've been listening to way too many shows lately. So all my thoughts are jumbled up from that, but that's kind of what I'm at right now. Like I said, with Kickstarter season coming up. So it's like focus, concentrate on what you need to do for your book. Don't worry about the guy next to you doing a Cthulhu book or the guy next to you doing Ninja Cheerleaders and raising $15,000 on Kickstarter. That has nothing to do with you. Brandon Sanderson, does anyone know that author? It's like, that's a name that I've always seen in every bookstore. The man launched yesterday or the day before yesterday, crashed Kickstarter. And last I checked his campaign, he raised $16 million with 29 days to go.
Holy fuck.
Yes. It's like, yeah, I'm not familiar with this person's work. I'm not familiar with his work. It's like I said, he's kind of like a staple in bookstores.
Well, he does fantasy novels.
Yeah, fantasy and sci-fi. Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, last I checked, he raised $16 million. There is absolutely nothing I can do to even get to that baseline. Is that why his name's familiar? It's funny because that's the thing. I kept thinking Wheel of Time, but then it's like, am I confusing him with Robert Jordan? So it's like, that's probably what it is then.
Yes, Jake.
Yeah, thank you. Okay. So there's absolutely... So being uptight about this guy raising $16 million on Kickstarter...
It's not going to help you.
Doesn't help me on any level whatsoever. So it's like, I can be still amazed by it. Todd McFarlane raised... How much did he raise on that Spawn toy? Like $1 million and something?
Yeah, it was a lot.
Yeah, it's like, again, it's like, even Brian Pulido... It's like, I can't look at him and go, that bastard. It's like, it doesn't do anything for me. So we have to be careful in this Kickstarter season to keep our thoughts clear of any bitterness that will get in the way of us doing the work and us promoting our books and us just doing our books. And like I said, it's like, somebody else has that idea already. But you're the only one that can make it yours. That's and that's the thing, You're the only one that can make it yours. So worry about you. Worry about your version. I'm not worried about Anne McCaffrey. I'm not, I'm not worried about that. I'm not worried about her and her acorna or whatever the heck. I'm doing my own thing, and that's what I'm doing.
Do you, Lage?
Right, exactly. So I guess the moral of today is do you. Do you and worry about you. That's So, do you have anything to add for today?
Not batteries. Batteries die too easily.
What happened? No,
nothing. We're not.
Oh, okay. Do we have to call HR again? All right. Okay.
I talk to myself all the time. I'm in fight with HR.
Oh, okay. Right. you know, that's so. Yeah. So do you have anything to add to that?
No, ma'am, I don't.
Like I said, there was a lot of thoughts today. A lot of thoughts today.
Thought.
Yeah. But yeah. You know. So yeah, so that's those are my random thoughts for today. as we're squeaking right. How about writing another novel? I mean, I know you have more books you should be writing, right? So, you know,
we need an intervention banner.
Yeah. Less coke, more books. It's like, and by the way, cocaine is so 80s. You know, it's like, why aren't you doing Adderall like all the kids now? You know, prescription pills is where it's at. Oh, so there you go. Thus all the coke. So on that note, Nita.
Yo.
So you have any final words for the peoples before we go, and I have to put myself in the sensory deprivation tank for the rest of the day?
Make sure you tune in Sunday for Sunday Funnies.
Yes.
That'll be 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Randy will be back. He has his guests lined up, and it's going to be awesome.
There you go. So, so if you're interested in more of my work, you can head on over to my main portfolio site at egoworks.com, EGOWORKS.com, where you can find links to all of my galleries and social media sites. But I mostly post to Facebook if you're into seeing sketches and current work in progress. And if you want to see even more work in progress, you can head on over to my Patreon, where you can check out all of my pages for the upcoming issues of Ego Raven as I work on them in more detail. So you can check that out too. All the links are in the show notes and on my link tree. But yeah, and also find me here on Ragin 2 every day, 11 a.m. with HR and boss lady Nita Lanning, where we will regale you with tales of randomness and demotivational motivation.
Yes. And remember, ladies and gentlemen, you are not special.
Right, yeah, you are not special, but I say that with love. I really do. Because it's like, you know, you're not special, but, you know, it means that you should really, you know, don't stop yourself. Don't stop yourself because of that. You know, you're not special, but you're special at the same time. Don't stop yourself. Don't stop your creative process because you feel like you're not meeting certain criteria that doesn't exist anyway. So just do the work. As always, do the work, because then you never have to fake any of your accomplishments. And and don't stop believing.
Oh my god. Oh man, I should have downloaded that clip. I should have.
Well, so there we go. So I think so
you ready to bail?
Oh, I'm so ready to bail.
All right, later, taters.
Bye.
Saying, live your motherfucking life. You got to get your motherfucking hustle. Understand niggas is going to hate you regardless. Get that out of your head, that fantasy world where niggas ain't hating on you. You got to be grateful. You need haters. What the fuck is you complaining about? What the fuck do you think a hater's job is? To fucking hate. So let them motherfuckers do their goddamn job. What the fuck is you complaining about? Ladies, if you got 14 women hating on you, you need to figure out how the fuck to get to 16 before the summer get here. The fuck is you mad about? Fellas, if you got 20 haters, you need 40 of them motherfuckers. What is you complaining about? If there's any haters in here right now that don't have nobody to hate on, feel free to hate on me. Sit back there and say my hair ain't luxurious when you know it is.